Today, from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's Week 9 of the NFL on EA Sports.
The first 2 months of the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9. Now it's Wilson. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And they'll be let out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback.
And I think if you ask most folks to give you their first half MVP, very likely they're going to say it's this man right here. The NFL's leader in touchdown passes to this point in the season. Still 2 months to go. But if he can keep going to the pace he's at, this is going to be a dangerous team come January, and he could very well walk away with the MVP.
And that is incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Edmonds. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. So the Jets now in great position here to start things out. And we get a glance here at their leader. The man who will be calling the plays under center.
And what's a quarterback's best friend?
Balance?
I think you're right. I agree with you. You know, a lot of guys would say great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball effectively, that just opens things up for guys who want to throw it and gives you easier passing lanes and easier coverages to read.
And they said balance will be a focus in this one.
Yeah, they don't want it all just heaped on his shoulders, I don't believe. I think they want to make sure they take some of the pressure off.
The numbers for him from a week ago. 22 carries, 94 yards, and a score.
They look like a team that really emphasized the running game in the offseason. They were going to build around it. Didn't matter if they're going to run gap scheme, power scheme, whatever. They've got a runner who finds yardage if you give him just a little bit of space.
And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. Operating from the gun, Cox. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. The Colts D sticking to their assignments, and that brings up 4th.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
And his kick here is good. The Jets have it for first. It's 3-0. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
Now peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He'll look to shake off the interception on the opening drive. He should at least be comforted that it resulted in 3, not 6.
And if I were him, I would be the guy all the way out on the field greeting my defense now, saying thanks a lot. He held him to a field goal after I turned it over. That's a big defensive stand for them. He needs to go out now and make up for what he did on the first drive.
The numbers on the ground for ETN last week. 18 carries, 122 yardage-wise, and a score as well.
Yeah, he could very well be on his way to a rushing title, but guess what? His offensive line, they're meeting separately because they want that rushing title as much as he does, and they want to make sure they get him there.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Running out of the gun with ETN. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. From the gun, Edmonds. Checks off the sand. Looking for Harry. He airs it out deep. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
What's the deal, y'all?
This crowd does not like that call.
Understandable reaction from them. That's their team that the penalty's going against. But you and I both know they're going to take care of the quarterback.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And they take it all the way up near the 30-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. The way in, touchdown, New York. A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jets get the quick strike touchdown.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Well, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Extra point splits the offense. The lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. The return man, Wilson. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball and try and get things settled down a little bit.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Edmonds. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. John Franklin Myers. Credit him with his sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first 2 possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. $10-0 to score after 1 on EA Sports. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They'll start with the option. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Pretty good job there defensively of stringing that one out.
Yeah, you've got a quarterback who's waiting and waiting for something to develop, and it just never materialized, and down he went behind the line of scrimmage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun, Cox. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
A nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
And they'll get him to the ground, and he has another first down at the Colts 34-yard line. From the gun, Cox. That's taken in, complete to Reynolds. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Now Cox to throw on 2nd down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Cox now to throw on 3rd down. Flushed out right. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to understand.
So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And they push the lead up to 13-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25, a touchback. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something she built off of. That's what they're looking for here.
No!
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Operating from the gun, Edmonds. He finds his man, complete. It's Stevens. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Touchdown, Colts! A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts have got it back to a one-score game.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Now for the point after. And that'll make it 13-7. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of it. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. Here's Cox, looking to throw on second down. Throw complete right side to Cooks. Cox from the gun on third down. This one complete to his fullback out of backfield. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. To throw is Cox. Throwing on first down. Steps away to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. To throw on second down, Cox.
That's complete. It's Elijah Moore.
That catch good for 5. It's third down. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. So we've hit halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the home team, the Jets, leading this one. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. We'll begin out in the capital of Utah, Salt Lake City. And it's the Jaguars who are out in front. Christian McCaffrey has a touchdown there. Next, we head off to check out another game. And in that one, it's the visiting Dolphins who are out in front. Sam Ehlinger has thrown a touchdown pass. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And this one going the visitors' way as the Cardinals have the lead in that one. The Cards seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter of what's been a tight contest so far. From the 6. But a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And the Jets head out on offense here to start this third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, But I think these first couple of drives, they want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities. And I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Now Cox off the play fake. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Back to throw. Cox complete on the quick throw to Moore. And he is going to have the Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
40 yards on the ground for him so far.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball-controlled football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Cox now on first down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
He's going to try and do this himself.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense get a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Here's Cox on 1st and 10, going for it all. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Jets take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or put them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
They'll look to throw. He's got it at the 2. And he will not make it into the end zone, but there is a flag down far side of the field, so let's see what that's all about. So the Jet offense staying on the field. They're going to go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it. So they'll try for 2 successful. And moves their lead up even further. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
No return here for Wilson. It's a touchback. It'll come out to the 25.
Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the 2nd half.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. To throw again, Edmonds. He finds his man, complete. That's Stevens.
And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. From the gun, Edmonds. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up right on the 33. And the return comes to a halt at the 44-yard line. See, he tried to kind of lob that one in there. It looked pretty going through the air. The problem was it was in the air a little bit too long.
Yeah, that's a tough one because for that type of a route and what he tried to do and needed to do, he had to put a little air under it, and the defender was actually able to take advantage of it because it hung up there just long enough for him to get there and take it away.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Cox. And it will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Cox. This pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And he's going to miss this one. Now it's Midway well outside the left upright, and this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
They'll start on the ground. ETN. There to stop him was Darius Leonard. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Edmonds. He finds his man. Complete. It's Stevens. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Now it is an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Edmonds. To the right side, he's got Cooper. It's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. A handoff for ETN. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. ETN once more. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Edmonds. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up inside the 10. And to the 12. That's where it stopped. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Looking for Harry. He airs it out deep, and it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Edmonds. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Colts on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Running right through him. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Throwing on 1st down. Edmonds. He's going to let it fly. Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all. And now your discipline comes into question. Having poise at this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Now the Colts moving quickly here in the hurry-up offense. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. It's their quarterback, keeping it himself from 5 yards out. And the Colts have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Zone, and a 2-point conversion will cut this down to a 6-point game. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Takes it at the 7. Loose football, and the Colts pick it up, and they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. What a turn of events there as a kick returner. You know they're going to try to strip it. That's a costly turnover.
But it's interesting because they're going to be aggressive in covering the kick and trying to knock the ball free. But kick returners by nature, they're aggressive as well, trying to turn it into a big play. Sometimes when aggressive meets aggressive, something gives.
They'll try and set up the screen to ETN. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. He's back to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown. And they're an extra point away from taking the lead here in the final minute. Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's calling up the defense to make sure they're focused because they still have some work to do?
And he will get in to take the lead. The conversion is successful, and now it'll be up to the defense to hold this 2-point lead. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Taken from about the 12. Well, a very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 30. To throw. Rhodes with a catch out the right side. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. They'll look to throw. And he can't get it off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now a handoff here to his running back. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker.
They'll spot it at the 40. It's a 50-yard kick for the win. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. They'll spot it at the 40. It's a 50-yard kick for the win. And his kick is good. The city will be alive tonight. The Jets have won it. So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And I tell you what, one thing that you and I featured as a storyline was that they were facing the NFL's #1 defense coming in, and they really took it right to them.
Yeah, they didn't blink, did they? And instead of just saying to themselves, let's make sure that we minimize our mistakes and try and play a conservative-type game, they attacked right from the beginning. Said, we got to go after these guys. I think sometimes you take the #1 rated defense by surprise when you do that.
from Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis.
Here's the former Utah Ute, Matt Gay, to get this one started. And we are underway on a Monday night. From his end zone, Wilson. And they were ringing him down a couple yards shy of the 30. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the man from Notre Dame. At quarterback, it's Ian Book.
And one of the selling points about Ian Book coming out of college is his brain. A very smart player. And he was snapped up in the 4th round in 2021 when many thought he would go much later, mainly on the strength of that brain. Good arm, accurate, tough. One of the top players in Notre Dame history in terms of wins as a quarterback.
Pretty good looking run there on first down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Play action now. Book. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it and run time, and he picks up a first down.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. A shotgun snap and a give to Etienne. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Toss left side for Etienne. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's a give to Etienne. Fights off the defender. Still fighting for more. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
On this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun. Here's Book. He finds his man. Complete. That's Hernandez. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Book. He finds his man. Complete. That's Diaz. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Back to the ground with Etienne. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. Working with a 2nd and 3. To throw his Book. He's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Colts take it right down and score on the opening drive. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you hit them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter. That's what
it's tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. They're led by the number 1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule. To throw on 2nd and 6. Lawrence. He finds his man complete. It's Oliver. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. On 2nd down now, it's Oliver. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Here's Lawrence. Incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Now Book. He finds his man complete. It's Diaz. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he's got some space here. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 69 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down. Book. He'll hit the slot route. That's caught by Cooper. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. A 1st down throw for Book. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
The last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Touchdown! A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Colts go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early score, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The offense back out there at the line ready for their next drive. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw into the hands of Hooper. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. He finds his man complete. It's Oliver. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Fowler. Now this will leave him a yard short. A nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on it's the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. Gay's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we hit halftime here in Indianapolis with the Colts on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Jamar Chase, 2 touchdown catches in the victory. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you.
An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. Ready for the second half. 14-3 our score as we are back underway on EA Sports. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Lawrence will throw. And he's got it complete to Fowler. The reception good for 7. It's third down. From the shotgun, Lawrence. And finding the tight end Hooper. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And they run the option here on 1st and 10. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's second down. They go play action now. Lawrence. That's caught by Hooper. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. So that one will be accepted. So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Lawrence going to keep this himself. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and makes sure he spills it for a small gain.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line.
I do know that owners, when they watch their quarterbacks run with the football, they usually hold their breath because that's the franchise. But when you're getting that kind of a game, hard to argue against calling it.
Now Lawrence.
And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. On the run, it's Oliver. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown! Austin Hooper. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Crusaders are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
The offense going to stay on the field as they will line up and go for 2. Lawrence. And he'll get in for the 2 points, and that'll cut the deficit down to just a field goal. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. Now it's Wilson. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the 2nd half. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a 1-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big connection on that one. 30 yards.
So when's the best time to take the big shots downfield? When you think a defense least expects it, and I think the first play of the 3rd quarter qualifies. They came right out firing. That's how you send a message to start the 2nd half of a game.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Book going to take it himself. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
How about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Stevens. And the Colts are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. And just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage on that one.
Yeah, and really when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Off the play fake. Here's Book. Incomplete. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Book now. The quick slant caught. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides.
So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got it 3rd and goal now as they look for that final touchdown to salt this one away. And trying to shake free, but ETN cannot. The defense will stop him short. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. And his kick is indeed good. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The situation for him offensively as follows. Down on the scoreboard. 1:46 to go. They need a touchdown. A field goal is worthless now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. And this is hauled in by Matthews. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. He'll look to throw. He finds his man. Complete. It's Oliver. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. It's a throw again is Lawrence. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs. The Colts in victory formation now as they take the knee. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. And they take a knee. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for Indianapolis, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for our visitors, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
tonight. From Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. The return man, Wilson. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
Well, he's going to take a shot right away. He's got it. He got it. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Colts are going to take a first quarter lead. One play in the end zone on a long touchdown pass. You knew they wanted to get him involved. He's their go-to guy. First play, though, wow.
Yeah, and I remember when I was playing, something similar happened. I remember getting to the sideline, and my coach said, so what in the scouting report with circling him, putting a star by him, did you not
What'd you miss?
that he was a good player? And that's the question I would have for them now. You know, as you said, he's a go-to guy. How is he not covered? Now, I should say, covered well.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by their quarterback, standing 6'1" from Utah. It's Tyler Huntley.
And the guys on the other side of the ball know they'll have to be on their toes. And it's obviously not just the passing, but the running element that makes him dangerous. He ran for over 100 yards in that game last week. So keeping him contained will be a big emphasis for this defense.
To throw, Huntley. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they're ruling incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
That is going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Huntley to throw. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. This seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on third down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
A gain of 3, second down. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
That second down play nets a -4.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
He finds his man, complete. That's Warner. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so you can only go so far outside. And they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they use your goal over the 12th man. Sammy sideline, right?
Sammy sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. On second down, ETN once more. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. From the gun on 3rd down, Edmonds. He's got the connection to Cooper. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive. He comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. After 1-7-0 on EA Sports. Coming up on 2nd and 7. They'll try the left side with ETN. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Edmonds. Got his man, that's Harry. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Now ETN. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. A give to ETN running right. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Travis Etienne with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths, running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
The point after is good, and it's now 14-0. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told.
And it was capped off by a Travis Etienne touchdown run. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following a touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 the score as they regroup with 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when they clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle him. That's what you're looking for.
6 yards there off the scramble, but it will still leave him with a 3rd down. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. He finds his man complete. It's Warner. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Slings it to Andrews, and it's complete. The tight end has it. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. From the gun, Huntley. Going to throw right side here. Complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 22-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Back to throw again. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. Again, he'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. They'll look to throw again. He's going to be sacked. Back at the 23-yard line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So they do get to 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points. And now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He's got to be feeling pretty good, playing well. Team has the lead, so just looking to mount a drive here that ends in the end zone.
And all quarterbacks will tell you, hey, we love a running game, helps us out. But at the end of the day, they want to rely on their arm, throw the football, feel good about things, keep things moving in the right direction. Right now, that's exactly what we're seeing.
And we'll see if that continues. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. This time they stay on the ground, and he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
One final go for this offense here in this first half. And we'll see what they want to do. Just 20 seconds remaining here before the half.
Clock at 20 seconds to go in the half as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive.
Huntley.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack. Put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
Following the fumble recovery, Edmonds, he finds his man, complete. It's Diaz. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And his kick is good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So as it turns out, a 2-play drive resulting in the field goal. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
So we hit halftime here in Indianapolis with the Colts on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, where it was the visiting Cardinals who get the road victory. James Conner, a touchdown run in the victory. From there, we're off to check out another game. And as you see, they were losers earlier this afternoon. Jacob Eason leading the way with a couple of touchdown passes in the victory. And then lastly, on Monday Night Football, those fans will be riled up as it'll be a good matchup between their guys and the New York Jets. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. 17-3 the score as we resume action for the second half on EA Sports.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Off play action. Huntley. Going right side here, and that's complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big play that time through the air. 38 yards. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They've not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Operating from the gun. Huntley got his man complete over the middle. It's Brown. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. It's their quarterback, keeping it himself from 5 yards out.
And the Blues have cut it back within a score.
That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And it's up through the goalposts. It's 17-10. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
From his end zone, Wilson. Unable to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the 2nd half.
Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead.
On 1st down, Edmonds over the middle, complete. That's Diaz. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Now a 2nd down and 6. Etienne with it.
And he'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's all in the end result.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
It looked like almost some miscommunication defensively, because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball, but the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
They'll run. It's Etienne.
They juked him, and down inside the 15 he goes.
49 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And they'll run here with Etienne.
And he stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. Here on a Sunday night, this is the National Football League on EA Sports.
On 2nd down, a run with Etienne.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. From the gun, Edmonds.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And this one is right through. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10.
So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one, because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and it's a 2nd down. Back to throw. Huntley. Quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
On 1st and 10, Huntley. He finds his man, complete. That's Warner. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
They should put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he'll wind up picking up about 4 as that is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Blues have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Now it's Wilson. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And they'll go again with Etienne. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. 13 yards remaining on 2nd down. Here's Etienne. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. So here we go, Charles, 3rd down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
And they, in fact, will throw it. He's going to rifle one deep left side. A contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. A big play there for Indy. They lulled them to sleep there, so to speak. That was all set up by the running game, wasn't it?
Another example of what all offensive coordinators tell us. When the running game's operating, it really opens up the playbook, and that's when they hit them with the play action. And you can see the defenders rushing towards the line of scrimmage, then scrambling back, trying to cover. Couldn't get there in time.
Well scripted. They had the big running play, now the big passing play. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10.
The Colts in victory formation now as they take the knee. So this one winds up in Indianapolis victory, and it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises, really both sides did, but they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So for the Colts, they get win number 10 on the year as they move to 10-1. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for our visitors, this loss cost them in the playoff chase as they fall back to 7-5 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.